Welcome everyone, I'm Dale and this is Cinema Historia. A reformed pirate, a new order from the king, and a secret plan for more riches. This week we're going back to 1942 for a swashbuckler adventure drama called The Black Swan, starring Tyrone Power, Maureen O'Hara, Laird Craigar, Thomas Mitchell, George Saunders, and Anthony Quinn. And this is directed by Henry King. So, where does our story begin this week? Well, our story begins with England and Spain making peace and wanting the end of sea-bearing buccaneers. Notorious pirate Henry Morgan, played by Laird Craigar, decides to reform, wanting to put an end to evil, is rewarded by being made governor of Jamaica. Sir Henry Morgan has been given a mandate to rid the Caribbean of all his former pirate comrades by persuasion or force if necessary. He replaces the former governor, Lord Denbigh, but is not trusted by either the lawful residents or the pirates. Meeting at the pub, Ye Porkers Stern, Sir Morgan gives his former comrades an offer from King Charles, a king's pardon and 100 acres of land if they will reform as well. Captain Jamie Waring, nicknamed Jamie Boy, played by Tyrone Power, and his Lieutenant Tom Blue, played by Thomas Mitchell, reluctantly give up their trade out of friendship for Morgan. However, others of the pirate brotherhood, such as Captain Billy Leach, played by George Saunders, and Wogan, played by Anthony Quinn, refuse to change. Meanwhile, Waring takes a liking to Denbigh's daughter, Lady Margaret, played by Maureen O'Hara, who unfortunately is engaged to English gentleman Roger Ingram. Not liking Sir Morgan in power, Margaret's fiancé is secretly providing information about ships sailing with precious cargo to the unrepentant pirates. With the sea-bearing buccaneers still at large, the Jamaican Assembly is in an uproar about the rogue pirates. So Morgan sends Jamie Boy and Tom Blue to track down Leach and Wogan once and for all. However, thinking Sir Morgan is not reformed of his ways, the Jamaican Assembly votes to impeach Morgan, with Ingram and Margaret sailing to England to inform the king. So, do Leach and Wogan continue to be the richest of Caribbean pirates? Does Lady Margaret's love turn to a newly reformed hero? Or does Sir Henry Morgan and his comrades reign supreme in Jamaica? Released December 4th, 1942, this film is based on the 1932 novel of the same name by Italian-born British writer Raphael Sabatini. A writer of romance and adventure novels, he is best known for his worldwide bestsellers, The Seahawk in 1915 and Captain Blood in 1922. With an 83% rating from the film critic Rotten Tomatoes, this film received 2 nominations and 1 win, including a 1943 nominee Oscar for Best Effects, Special Effects, a 1943 nominee Oscar for Best Music Scoring of a Dramatic or Comedy Picture, and a 1943 Oscar win for Best Cinematography Color for Leon Shamroy. And they actually used a 3-strip color process. Pretty unique for the day. And actress Maureen O'Hara stated, "Everything you could want in a lavish pirate picture, a magnificent ship with thundering cannons, a dashing hero battling menacing villains with sword fights dressed in fabulous costumes." That says it all. And the trivia question this week, was this the final film for someone with an uncredited role? Was this the final film for someone with an uncredited role? So, a little more history, the answer to our trivia question, and your host screwing up his lines. Coming up next. Now, one of the characters the film revolves around is pirate Henry Morgan, and that's the subject of this week's history. So, Sir Henry Morgan was a Welsh privateer, plantation owner, and later Lieutenant Governor of Jamaica. A privateer is a private person or vessel which engages in maritime warfare under a commission of war. Since robbery under arms was a common aspect of seaborne trade until the early 19th century, all merchant ships carried arms. Born Harry Morgan around 1635 in Wales, much of Morgan's early life is uncertain. However, it has been stated that he left school early, being much more used to a long thrusting spear than a book. Believed to be a member of a group of raiders led by Sir Christopher Mings in the early 1660s during the Anglo-Spanish War. Morgan became a close friend of Sir Thomas Modiford, the governor of Jamaica, and as diplomatic relations between the Kingdom of England and Spain worsened in 1667, Modiford gave Morgan a license to attack and seize Spanish vessels. Morgan subsequently conducted successful and highly lucrative raids on what is now modern Cuba and Panama, and in 1668 plundered cities such as Maracaibo, Venezuela, and Gibraltar. With the prize money and loot from raids of settlements and shipping ports, Morgan purchased 3 large sugar plantations on Jamaica. In 1671, Morgan and Company attacked Panama City, this event occurring after a signing of a peace treaty to appease the Spanish. Thus, Morgan was arrested and summoned to London in 1672. The Welshman was popularly celebrated as a hero, no less, and soon regarded the favor of King Charles II. Morgan was then appointed a Knight Bachelor in November of 1674 and returned to the colony of Jamaica shortly thereafter to serve as the territory's lieutenant governor. He served on the Assembly of Jamaica until 1683, and since his passing in 1688 has become an inspiration for pirate-themed works of fiction across a range of genres. And in 1944, the Seagram Company started manufacturing the Captain Morgan brand of rum, named after the privateer, and the Captain lives on as of 2001, as the Captain Morgan brand was sold to the London-based company Diageo. Pretty cool. And the answer to our trivia question this week, was this the final film for someone with an uncredited role? Yes, it was. This was the final film for Helena Costello, with an uncredited role as a woman. Helena Costello was an American stage and film actress, most notably of the silent era. First appearing on stage in 1909 at the age of 3, she would continue acting in films throughout the 1910s as a child actor and as an adult actress until 1942. At the peak of her public popularity in the mid-1920s, she was earning a reported $3,000 a week. Appearing in over 70 films, Helena has a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, and comedian Lou Costello, yes, of Bud Abbott and Lou Costello, born Louis Cristillo, changed his name in honor of Helena Costello, and coincidentally, both were born in 1906. And a final film note, the title relates to the enemy ship, the Black Swan, belonging to Captain Leach. It's a good name for his ship. I'd like to thank all my subscribers and viewers this week. Thanks for helping support my channel. I added a link below for another Swashbuckler, Captain Blood from 1935. That is an Errol Flynn swashbuckler with, I think, even more cannons. Thanks for watching, everyone. I hope to see you back next week.